are
I'm just gonna
excited
start
to
talking.
have you. Yeah, you're gonna have to hello family and friends, and then you can start.
All right, I'll just start talking. On three. 1, 2. You need to focus. Why are you laughing?
We are
I'm just gonna
excited
start
to
talking.
have you. Yeah, you're gonna have to hello family and friends, and then you can start.
All right, I'll just start talking. Hello, family and friends.
friends.
Were you looking at the camera?
Yes.
Okay, good. We're excited that you guys are coming, and we're even more happy to see all of your lovely faces at our wedding this coming July 3rd. But we completely understand that there are some concerns as far as traveling with the current state of the world. So we wanted to make this video to kind of help you guys understand some things that you can do to help you as you travel from your respective locations, as well as some things that we're going to be doing to help mitigate your risk to catch the COVID-19 virus. So this video is just going to be an informational video as we go over things that you can do and things that we'll be doing to help you guys out.
So the first thing we're going to be talking about is what you should be doing to prep as you're preparing to travel. So a lot of our guests are coming from out of state, so we want to make sure that you have the proper procedures and just the best information as you're preparing for your flight. So Deshaun will be going over that, and then I will be going over how to handle in the airport and in the airplane and post airplane as well.
Okay, guys, so let's go over your protocol for traveling here to Dallas, all right? So the first thing you want to do, of course, is make sure that you're traveling covered. That means for guys, make sure you have on pants. Ladies, make sure you have on whatever you have on. You just want to make sure that all your skin is covered down to pretty much your arms. And then make sure that you have some hand sanitizer, a trash bag, or a grocery bag, and you're going to make sure that you have your Clorox wipes as well. And all these things are just going to be very beneficial, and Antaria is going to go over why you're going to carry those things. You also want to make sure that you guys have your mask in handy. Now, if you're traveling American does require all travelers to have their mask on once they enter the plane. So make sure that if you are traveling American Airlines, you do have your mask. And if you just want to be extra safe, make sure you have a mask anyway, regardless of whether you're traveling American or not. You're also going to make sure that you guys are bringing your gloves. Now, gloves are just going to protect you from just contaminating your hands from other things. So make sure you guys have both your mask and your gloves, okay? Now, if you can't find any of these things, especially if you can't find like hand sanitizer, I know that's been a really big deal. 70 to 91% rubbing alcohol will suffice as well. And you can just go get a travel size bottle, pour that in there, and you'll be good to go. All right. Now, T is going to go over all the things that you'll need once you get to the airport and the reason why you're packing these particular items.
All right, guys, so you have what you need for the airport and for travel. So once you get to the airport, obviously you're going to be going through security. The biggest thing is that you'll probably be touching something at some point potentially. So if you feel more safe, make sure you have some gloves. You also have the option, if by chance you are asked to be searched or kind of patted down through security, you do have the right to ask a TSA agent to change their gloves so that you're not getting patted down with anybody else's pat down germs. So just make sure that you're aware that you can. It is your right to ask for a new pair of gloves. And then with that being said, just pretty much as you're going through the airport, kind of put yourself or your travel mates, you guys are in a box. Just be very mindful of where you're going. I would recommend just maybe headed straight to the bathroom, going to wash your hands, just because you've gone through already some portion of the airport. And once you get to your gate, I will wipe down your seat if you plan on sitting down. Try to stay away from kind of the crowds as much as possible. And then again, just be mindful of what you're touching. If you have on gloves, if you kept them on the entire time, don't go digging into your bag with those same gloves. Cross-contamination, you don't know what you touched already. Things of that sort. So being very, very mindful of your habits. And then of course, as you are headed to your seat, hopefully, I think a lot of airlines are saying that they're keeping the middle seat open for the most part. But you also can always just double check at the desk once you get there to verify if there's someone sitting next to you. But once you get into that airplane, wipe down everything with those Clorox wipes. Or bleach safe wipes. That's handles. If you plan on using the tray table, although those are probably some of the nastiest things in the airplane, wipe that down as well. But again, you're fully covered. Again, there should be kind of no skin showing as far as what you're wearing. So just be very mindful that when you're sitting down, you should already have that extra covering or protection with your clothes, but you also wipe down as well. This may get a little tough. It is summertime, so not only are you covering every part of your body, but you might get a little warm in the airplane. The other thing to make note, when you turn on that air in the airplane, it's just recirculated air from the airplane. So just be mindful that potentially all that air that you're blowing is just kind of recirculated germs and whatnot. I mean, if you are extremely hot, we don't want you to pass out. We want you to make your flight, but just be aware. Keep your mask on and try your best just to kind of stay in your seat, not touch anything. And if necessary, if you have snacks or things of that sort, just make sure you have your own hand sanitizer that you already packed. And then you successfully made it through your flight, and that's a breath of fresh air. Get off that plane. I would say beeline it to the bathroom. Just give your hands another wash, but also you packed that grocery bag or just that extra trash bag. As soon as you kind of check into your hotel or wherever you're staying, take those travel clothes off, put them in that grocery bag so that they can stay separate from the rest of the clothes that you have packed. So those are your travel clothes. Those are contaminated clothes. Keep them separate, and hopefully you have an extra set of travel clothes for your return flight home. But hopefully that was helpful. Again, you are in charge of your success. Whatever your hygiene protocol and steps are, this is highly just dependent on you being very aware of what you're touching, not touching your face, not kind of meddling with a lot of things. These are kind of some things that hopefully will carry on past COVID because they're just kind of natural hygiene steps.
So now that we discussed all the things that you can do to be successful as you travel, as my fiance has said, just make sure that you guys are very mindful of what's going on around you. Don't feel overly protected just because you've done one or two things. Make sure we try to do as many things as possible. So just think of everything as a germ is what I like to kind of think of it. When you take your gloves off, your gloves are contaminated, throw them in the trash, then wash your hands. Before you take off your mask, make sure your hands are clean before you touch your face. Those are the small things that we can do to continue to be successful during these times. So now that we've gone over all that stuff, we want to kind of tell you what we're going to do at the actual wedding to continue this germ-free or COVID-free environment to help you guys not only have a great time, but also feel safe and comfortable in an environment where people are traveling from their respective locations.
So we want to make sure that for our wedding, you guys feel as safe, comfortable as possible and within our control. And most importantly, also have fun. And we really appreciate you guys being so willing to travel all the way to Dallas to celebrate our Day of Love. So we want to make it the very best day for all of us. So with that being said, we also want to make sure that you are mindful of how you are feeling. Just know that at our wedding, we will be conducting temperature checks, the touchless temperature checks. So it's kind of just that little temperature thermometer that you point at your forehead and we read your temperature. We will be looking to see if you are running a fever at all. We'll be looking to see if that temperature is 100 degrees or higher. I mean, for COVID, it's typically 100.4, but at 100, we're pretty much going to let you know you're running pretty much a temperature. And we're, again, trying to keep you guys safe as best as possible. So prepare for us to read your temperature as well. And we will be offering masks. Masks will be provided if you do not have your own. They are not mandatory. But if you feel safe and would like to have a mask, you can have a mask for either the ceremony or the reception, things of that sort. Now, what we are also doing, if anyone does not feel comfortable, maybe in the reception setting, I know that kind of gets a little tricky. How are we going to have dancing and things of that sort without over contaminating or, being super close to people? Again, we appreciate you coming. If you want to just attend the ceremony, cocktail hour, and maybe just the seated portion, the dinner portion of our reception, you are more than welcome to. And if at that time you don't want to stay for dancing, by all means, let us know. We'll give you kind of our distance goodbyes and thank you for coming. So again, you're not mandated to stay for the dance portion. But at our reception, it will be buffet. However, nothing will be self-serve. There will be staff who will be serving each and every person. And we are trying to get a little creative with our dancing options. Again, guys, this is on a rooftop. The rooftop holds 250 people. If you check out our website, you'll actually see a picture of the rooftop. If you feel safer wearing a mask on the dance floor, or maybe just dancing with the group you came with, things of that sort. All that's to say, again, it is highly up to you to stay successful with whatever your hygiene protocol is, so that we can hopefully keep everybody as safe as possible. So again, that is what we are doing at the wedding to keep you guys safe. It's more than enough space to keep you guys separate, but we also just want to make sure we have a great time together. We hope to see you guys July 3rd, and we're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time. Appreciate everybody for watching the video. Appreciate everybody for coming to the wedding. We're gonna, like my fiance said, we're going to have a good time. Remember, we're outdoors. We're not in a contained environment. We're on a rooftop. COVID is an airborne virus, but for the most part, we should be pretty much safe on a rooftop in the middle of July. So just make sure you guys take the precautions that we stated in this video, and we look forward to seeing you all, and we look forward to having a good time with you all on the 4th of July and the 3rd. All right, take care.
All right, bye, guys.
Good time with you all on the 4th of July and the 3rd. All right, take care.
All right, bye, guys.